Module 4, Lesson 25, we take inequalities and equations a next step further where you're expected to be able to solve them. So first we're just going to look at how we can determine whether statements are true or not. We did a little bit with this in Lesson 23. 24 is the same as 23, so we're actually going to skip 23 and jump to 25. So identify a value for the variable that would make each equation or inequality a true sentence. Is this the only possible answer? State when the equation or inequality is true using equality and inequality symbols. So this is an equality symbol, and then anything else is an inequality symbol. So looking at this, I'm going to think, okay, what can I do with g plus 3 that will make it equal 15? And so what you actually do is you look over here, you see what sign is in front of the 3, and it is a positive 3, so this would be a plus sign. And so we do the opposite of it. We do the opposite over here. G equals 12. So this is what makes it true. And 12 is the only possible answer because there is only one possible answer for an equation. So our next one's an inequality, which makes it a little bit trickier because inequalities have multiple options. So this is 30 is greater than 2d. So 30 is greater than 4. So we could say when d is 2, it would be true. 30 is greater than 14, so if d equals 7, because this is actually a 2 times d. So this is saying that 30 is greater than 2 times d. So we're going to do the same thing. We look at our number. We see what operation is going with it. It's multiplication, so we're going to do the opposite. And the way you show division is with a fraction. So these cancel out, and then you have 30 divided by 2, which gives you 15 is greater than d. So what that means is that any number that is under 15 will make this true. So into the negatives and so on. So though this is written backwards, you could read it backwards from right to left. So if you look, you can see that the less than is pointing towards d. So you would say that d has to be less than 15 or 15 has to be greater than d. It all would mean the same thing. And you can test that out because you can take 2 times 2 is 4. That's correct. 30 is greater than 4. Less than 15, so you could say 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 30 is greater than 20. So any number less than 15 will make the inequality true. Inequalities have multiple answers because it's numbers that are less than or greater than, and that can go on forever. And so for this inequality, any number less than 15 will make this inequality true. And we solved it right here because this is d is less than 15 or 15 is greater than d. Now down here, this statement is actually 15 divided by f is less than 5. And so again, I look at my number and I say, all right, 15 divided by what would be a 5? So 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5, and we need this to be less than that. So let's try 15 divided by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and so that would be less than 5. So if f equals 5, this is true. Can we find another number that makes it true? When I went down to 3, it wasn't true anymore. I could go to 15. 15 divided by 15 is 1, and so 1 is less than 5. So if f equals 15, this is true. And so you can look at these numbers, and it looks like the bigger the number, the more true it is. And so there is more than one answer. And it's all numbers greater than 3. And the reason I know that is 15 divided by 3 is 5. And if I go anything bigger than 3, the number is going to be smaller than 5 because the bigger the number, the fewer groups there would be. So let's go down here. We have 42 is less than or equal to 50 minus m. And so we are looking at, we have a 42 is less than or equal to. So we want to find what makes it equal. So I want to say 50 minus what number is equal to 42. And you could just start testing it out. Or what you can do is actually take 50 minus 42, and you can find what that is. But we'll go ahead and just test this out. So if I plug in a 10, 50 minus 10 is a 40. 42 is not less than or equal to 40, so I know it's not 10. So this was too small, so I need it to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go down to a 9. 50 minus 9 is 41. Is 42 less than or equal to 41? Nope, so that's not true. So I'm going to go to my next number. And is 42 less than or equal to 50 minus 8? That's 42 is less than or equal to 42. So if m equals 8, this is true. I know that if it's 9 or 10, it's not true. So if I went above 8, it wasn't true, which means if I do the opposite, it will be true. So all numbers less than 8 and greater than 0 are true. So all the way down to 0, because 50 minus a negative 1 is actually 50 plus 1, which would still make it true. So it's really just all numbers less than 8. So you don't have to worry about the negatives. So all numbers less than 8. Less than or equal to 8, because 8 is true. Less than or equal to 8 is true. Because that little equal sign down there means that it can be exactly it, but it can also be the other numbers. So let's go over here to the examples. You are going to go ahead and work through these. It says each of the following numbers, if substituted for the variable, make one of the equations into a true sentence. Match the numbers to the equations. So you're going to look at these numbers. There are 5 of them. And you're going to find which one of these will it make true. They only go to each one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible equations, and you have 5 answers. So you need to figure out which of these go with each equation. I expect to see the work that goes with it, that you're proving it, and I would like you to solve these with a partner, and then when we get to lesson 26, you will work on your own.